Welcome to the Strengths Awareness presentation. And in this presentation, I'm going to discuss how do we develop in our areas of strengths or develop strengths, and how do we become aware of our strengths. Through my time in doing research on strengths, I've come up with what I call the 4 A's of strengths development principles. These 4 are the awareness of strengths, affirmation of strengths, approach of developing strengths, and application of strengths. In this presentation, I'm just going to talk about the first principles, awareness of strengths. So this first strengths development principle is becoming aware or identifying your talents and areas of strengths. Alex Lindley uses a technique called strengths spotting, where we identify our strengths using 2 main methods, self-reflection and formal assessment. And self-reflection requires you to look for specific things that you do well and gives you energy, and also to look for things that you can't stand doing. These are weaknesses, and we typically can identify our weaknesses a lot easier than our strengths. When we reflect, we look for these signs. Do you have yearnings for things you look forward to doing? You are naturally inquisitive or get lost in doing the activity. The activity has a restorative quality, or you are satisfied by doing the activity. Marcus Buckingham, in his book Go, Put Your Strengths to Work, has identified another strength or self-reflection method. I really like this method. I really like the book Go, Put Your Strengths to Work. I think it has a lot of good, useful tips and for us. This is he wrote this after he left the Gallup organization and kind of went off on his own, still using the strengths material, but he's applied it in the leadership, in the business area. So in his book, Go Put Your Strengths to Work, what you do is you use these cards here that I have on a screen. For 1 week of your work, you look for things that you love and things that you loathe. And so as soon as something you love or you feel strong in, you write down, I felt strong when, and you just briefly describe what it was that made you feel loved, why you loved it, why it made you feel strong. And you also write down the things that you hated or loathed. I felt weak, drained, or bored when I did that. And you briefly describe those things. So you do that during a week, a typical week of work. And then after the week is over, you go back and look at your week of work, and then you can go read his book and he can tell you what to do after that. So this is identifying through self-reflection things that you do at work that are your strengths and things that are your weaknesses. The other way to identifying your talents and strengths is through formal assessment. And we can do this by completing the Clifton Strengths Finder or Strengths Quest. These are the exact same test, just 2 different names for the exact same test. This is a web-based talent identification assessment evaluation tool. You can buy this evaluation directly from the Gallup organization at strengthsquest.com or strengthsfinders.com. It costs between $15 to, actually it's $9.99 to $89. And the cheaper version of the Strengths Quest Strengths Finder evaluation provides you with your top 5 signature or talent themes. These $74 or $89 version provides you with a report of all 34 signature themes and where you fall with them. When you buy several different Gallup books, they provide you with an access code to take either the Strengths Quest, like the Strengths Quest the book. You can take the Strengths Quest if you buy a brand new book that the code hasn't been used, or if you buy the Strengths Finder book, you can take the Strengths Finder tool. So how this works is that actually on the screen, this is what it looks like. You are given 180 pairs of potential self-descriptors, such as I want to be a CEO of a large organization versus I am a bridge builder for people. And then you have to choose the statement that describes you best. You only have 20 seconds to make this decision because it should be natural and immediate. Sometimes you don't lean one way or another, and that's what neutral means. And so after you've completed the Clifton Strengths Finder evaluation, you're provided with a report that tells you your top 5 signature themes and descriptions for each theme. So what the Gallup organization and Donald Clifton and Gallup organization has done is they have identified 34 possible talent themes, and I have these on the screen here, the 34 in alphabetical order. I'm going to give you my top 5. So my top 5 signature or talent themes. One is an achiever. This means I have to get something done every single day. I have a checklist, mental checklist. Sometimes I write it down, but I feel like I wasted my day if I have not done something that I had on my list. Discipline is another one of my talents. Is I like routine and structure. I do the same thing almost every single morning when I wake up, and before I go to bed, try to go to sleep at the same time. At times it drives my wife nuts. I'm a futurist, which means I like to dream or think about how things can be different, which kind of seems weird when I'm disciplined and like routine. I have intellection, which means I like to learn, think, and be introspective. And my 5th talent theme is called strategic, which means I like to figure out different ways of doing things. For some people, this is like doing Rubik's Cube or playing a game of Risk. This really it's not me. I'm not really good at those games. But I can kind of, when I'm designing my grad program or this grad program or classes, I can do things in a certain order. You should know that we have more than just these top 5 talent themes. We actually have all 34 themes, but we don't operate at the highest level in all 34. For example, I may have the Whoo. I'm going to go back. Whoo talent theme, which is the last one on this page, which means winning others over. That means you love to be in a crowd and get to know other people and can make friends with anybody. I may have that, and I can operate with using Whoo, but it drains me. So a strength, again, is something that does not drain you. It gives you energy. Well, if I have to use that Whoo talent, it really drains me. So again, we have all 34 of these, but it doesn't mean we operate at our highest level or the most efficiently at all times if we're using that particular talent. So I'm going to show you another video that does an excellent job of teaching more about talents.
Is Zilean a real number? No, Zilean's not a real number. But it is a word you might be tempted to use if you tried to list all the talents found among humankind. Creating a list of every talent is an impossible task, but if you step back, you'll see that talents often have something in common, a theme that connects them. Some talents, like a natural tendency to share thoughts, to create engaging stories, and to find the perfect word, relate directly to communication. That's what they have in common, their theme. So, to begin thinking and talking about them, we can call them communication talents. The Clifton Strengths Finder measures the presence of talent in 34 general areas or themes. Your Clifton Strengths Finder report includes a ranked listing of the 5 themes that hold your most dominant talents, your signature themes. Similar to your fingerprint, the sequence of your themes is unique to you. The odds that someone has the same 5 signature themes in the same order as you are 1 in 33 million. You heard right, 1 in 33 million. Your report is a beginning, not an end. Take this opportunity to explore your talents, harness their power, and bring them to life every day. Try this. First, name it. To begin making your signature themes your own, grab a highlighter. Carefully consider each theme description in your report. Highlight words and phrases that specifically resonate with you. You'll know you're highlighting the right things when you hear yourself say, "That's me." Next, claim it. Post your signature themes and the words or phrases you have highlighted in a place where you'll see them every day. Share your report with people close to you. Ask for their reaction. Then, aim it. Pick one of your signature themes and think about it for a day. Ask yourself, how can I use this theme today? Where can this theme make a positive difference in my life today? Begin to flex this theme by using the action items provided in your report to hone your talents into strengths. Like muscles, strengths can wither if they're not exercised regularly. What will be your daily practice to stay in tip-top shape? Once you are deliberately using this theme every day, focus on another signature theme. As you start to flex each of your signature themes, you'll find ways to build on your greatest areas of potential. Our talents are an instinctive and intuitive source of wisdom and power. When we begin to intentionally tap into this power, we gain the ability to transform every moment, every interaction, and every day. You have dynamic talents just waiting to be unlocked and developed. Use your Clifton Strengths Finder report to name, claim, and aim your signature themes.
Hopefully soon you'll complete your Clifton Strengths Finder so you can at least identify your talents. So now we're going to talk about the character strengths or strengths of character. And you can actually do another online assessment tool called the VIA Character Strengths. And I have on the page there the link to that particular online assessment. And what you do with this one is you take the VIA Character Strengths tool. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and then it will provide you with a ranking of these 24 character strengths that are on the screen. So we all have all 24 of these, and again, the difference between what Gallup talks about with the talents is Gallup will say that the talents in the 34 talent themes in the Clifton Strengths Finder are innate, you're born with, they don't move, they don't change. You have all 34, but you operate better at a lot of them. Whereas with their character strengths, at different times in life, you're using different character strengths during different times of your life, during different situations in your life, and for different reasons in your life. So these can be learned and can change and can be expanded, whereas our born with God-given talents are pretty consistent and don't change a lot. Gallup would say they don't change at all. So to summarize, the strengths awareness principle for strengths development principle is the first step of us beginning to develop in our areas of strength And this is where in a lot of places we stop, we just do this step, but we don't do anything else with it. My goal is for us to go beyond this step, and that's what my next presentation will be on, the next step. The strengths awareness is accomplished through self-reflection and formal assessment. And again, our next step in our strengths development is strengths affirmation.